Hello, my name is Teresa Luna, and today I will be reviewing the California Dream Act, AB 130 and AB 131. The purpose of this presentation is to review what is the California Dream Act, review the historical key points of the bill, the educational importance, the perceptions of this bill, the current form that the bill takes, as well as the limitations and further resources, and my references at the end. Please enjoy the presentation. So, what is the California Dream Act? The California Dream Act consists of two pieces of legislation, authored by Senator Gil Cedillo. Both of them passed in October 2011. The first part, AB 130, allowed AB 540 students or undocumented students to apply for private scholarships, while AB 131 allowed AB 540 students or undocumented students to apply and qualify for in-state aid. The in-state aid looks like the Cal grants, the EOPS grants, the EOP grants, the community college waivers, and CSU and UC grants. Just keep a note that this just allows them access to aid, does not guarantee them. In order to qualify for the California Dream Act, there are three main parts. First, the student must attend a California high school for a minimum of 3 years. Second, the student must receive a high school diploma, a GED, or pass the California High School Proficiency Exam. Lastly, the student needs to be enrolled in an accredited higher education institution in California. If a student is undocumented, they must fill out an affidavit. If a student is interested in receiving the California grant, they must also meet the eligibility requirements. For the purposes of this presentation, I will be highlighting California key historic moments. In the case of Leticia A. versus UC Regents and CSU Board of Trustees in 1986, the courts ruled that it was unconstitutional to ask undocumented students for documentation and allowed public access to aid. In the case of Bradford versus the UC Regents in 1991, the ruling overturned Leticia's ruling of receiving public aid. AB 540 passed in 2001, allowing access for students who attend high school for at least 3 years for in-state tuition rates. During the Schwarzenegger's administration, similar bills to the California Dream Act were proposed, passed in the House, but vetoed by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Lastly, I want to highlight about the Federal Dream Act. The Federal Dream Act allows a pathway towards citizenship based on certain requirements. Unfortunately, this bill has failed, but has allowed other bills, such as the California Dream Act, to come about. The educational importance of the California Dream Act is that it allows access. Access for students who are undocumented or who are AB 540. This access comes in the form of affordability. Instead of for the student not having any chance of receiving aid, the student has a chance of applying for aid now, whether it be from a private scholarship to grants that the state provides. The California Dream Act helps increase numbers in terms of diversity in the case of helping retain students and making it more affordable for them. And also, the California Dream Act perpetuates this ideology of meritocracy, where students have to qualify in order to gain access to college and have the opportunity to achieve the American dream, when we know that meritocracy is a lie. Now I'm going to show you society's perceptions on the California Dream Act. These comments come from the Huffington Post article when the California Dream Act just passed the second part. So here you see both positive and negative aspects. For the positive comments, they mainly understand that the students are trying to better themselves and that it was not their choice to come to the United States. On the negative comments, you see that people are commenting that they could have went through legal means and that they are legal and that they should not be here. It is up to you to decide on how you perceive the California Dream Act. So currently, the California Dream Act is enacted with the California Dream Act application. Students are eligible to apply for financial aid on a statewide level. Also, there are future legislation leading up to this to support undocumented and AB 540 students. The California Dream Act is an amazing bill that is a stepping stone that will allow access and affordability for students who are undocumented or AB 540. But this bill has many limitations. Students who do not attend 3 years in high school in California do not qualify for this bill. The bill does not allow a pathway towards citizenship or access to financial aid on a federal level. The cost of financial aid for the California Dream Act is limited to only tuition and not other costs. Also, when students are done attending a higher education institution, they are not authorized to work right after college because this does not allow documentation. If you're looking for more information on the California Dream Act, you can visit these websites listed here below. And that is my presentation on the California Dream Act, and I hope that you learned something new. Thank you!